I am Dr. J. Suresh Kaur, Associate Professor in Department of Mathematics, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today, our topic is axioms of probability or the properties of probability. Before going to discuss the properties of probability, first we need to know what is probability that we have discussed in the previous session. What is probability? The favorable events to one particular event by the total number of events is known as probability of one particular event, which is P of E equal to M by N. The probability of any particular event equal to M by N, where M is favorable events to E by N is the total number of events. In this experiment, M events are favorable to E means N minus M events are not favorable to E, which are favorable to E bar or E power C. Then by the definition of probability, probability of E bar other than E, E bar means except E or E power C, also except E. So favorable to E bar is N minus M by the total number of events are N. So where N minus M by N means 1 minus M by N, 1 minus P of E. So P of E plus P of E bar equal to 1. So P of E we can call as P and P of E bar is we can call as Q. So P plus Q equal to 1. Where P is probability of success, probability of particular event. Q is probability of failure, probability of the particular event E bar. So probability of success plus probability of failure equal to 1. Now, the axioms are properties. Both are same. The properties of probability. In a random experiment, S is a sample space. See, this is a random experiment and the sample space consists of all events like event number A, event number B, event number C, event number E, event number N, like that. This event E is particular event. Then the probability of this particular event E value always between 0 to 1. So this is the first axiom or first property of the probability. And the probability of S equal to 1. That means the total probability is equal to 1. The total probability is equal to 1. Because, see, I told you that P of E plus P of E bar equal to 1. That means if it is sample space S, only two events if you consider E and E bar. If this is P, then automatically this is Q. So P plus Q equal to 1. That means the total probability is 1. And third condition, if E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive events, then P of E1 union E2 equal to P of E1 plus P of E2. Because actually, in intermediate level, we discussed P of A union B formula, P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Compared to this formula with this formula, this term is not there. Because this A and B are mutually exclusive. Mutually exclusive means A intersection B is pi. That means there is no common point between them. So that's why the probability of A intersection B is 0. So P of A union B equal to P of A plus P of B only. When it is if A and B are mutually exclusive events. Instead of A and B, we have taken E1 and E2 are mutually exclusive events. Then P of E1 union E2 equal to P of E1 plus P of E2. I will explain you how we are going to get the total probability is 1. Tossing two coins. Tossing two coins. Is it random experiment or not? First we need to check it. As it is a random experiment because when we toss a coin, we are not going to expect either head comes up or tail comes up. So that's why the result we cannot predict it. Such type of events are known as random experiments. In this random experiment, what are the possible outcomes? The collection of all possible outcomes means sample space. The possible outcomes are two heads, HH, HT, TH, TT. Only 4 options, 4 possible outcomes. Other than this, we are not going to get any other option or other possible outcomes except these 4. So S equal to 4. Now, out of this, I want to get probability of only 2 heads. If we toss 2 coins, I want to find out P of, where P is probability of getting 2 heads. If we toss 2 coins, what is the formula? M by N and denominator 4, because the total number of possible outcomes are 4. And M, favorable events to that particular event, getting head chance are only 1. So 1 by 4. And this 1 by 4 less than 1. That's why P of E always between 0 to 1. I want to find out probability of 2 tails. If we toss 2 coins, the denominator value we know that, which is 4, because 4 events consist in the sample space. And how many events are favorable to getting tail? Only one event, that is TT, only one option. So 1 by 4, that is also less than. Now I want to take probability of HT comma TH, one head and one tail, 2 options. So 2 by 4, which is also less than 1. If you add all these terms, P of HH plus P of TT plus P of HT comma TH, 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 2 by 4, which is 1. That's why the total probability is 1 only. Like that, we can give the axioms or properties of the probability. The probability of E value, any particular event value, should be 0 to 1, and the total probability equal to 1. And the probability of impossible event is 0. Probability of impossible event is 0. And P of A complementary equal to 1 minus P of A. Because P of A plus P of A complementary equal to 1. That's why P of A complementary is 1 minus P of A. And one more, if A and B are any 2 events, P of A complementary intersection B equal to P of B minus P of A intersection B. See, for B we do not have complementary, that will reflect in the right side first term. P of B minus this P of A intersection B is common. Now coming to the 4th point, in this case A intersection B complementary. For A we do not have complementary, that's why P of A will get in the first term minus P of A intersection B. Like that we should remember P of A complementary intersection B and P of A intersection B complementary. This is the general formula. In intermediate you discussed P of A union B equal to P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. In case if A and B are mutually exclusive events, this will be 0. Minus P of A intersection B is 0. In that case, P of A union B is P of A plus P of B only. Now, if instead of 2 events, if we have 3 events A, B, C, P of A union B union C is P of A plus P of B plus P of C minus P of A intersection B minus B intersection C minus A intersection C plus P of A intersection B intersection C. This is the formula of probability of A union B union C. And if A and B are any 2 independent events means one event is not affected by other event. In that case, P of A intersection B is P of A into P of B. P of A into P of B. Like that, if we have 3 independent events, even though will be P of A intersection B intersection C equal to P of A into P of B into P of C. Intersection will be converted into product. And if A and B are independent events, then automatically A complementary and B complementary are also independent events. Because see, this is the sample space A, B. Both 2 are independent. There is no common point. Na? One is not affected by it. A complementary means this one A complementary. B complementary this one. These are also independent events. That means in case if any 2 events are independent, their complements are also independent events. That's why P of A complementary intersection B complementary equal to P of A complementary into P of B complementary. And this is the intermediate formulas that we have discussed in the previous session. Now the problems on these topics are exams of probability. Probability is given. The probabilities as the students, 4 students A, B, C and D solving a problem are 1 by 3, 2 by 5, 1 by 5 and 1 by 4 respectively. That means the student A solved a problem with the probability P of A equal to 1 by 3. Individually solving the probability is 1 by 3. Similarly, the probability of solving the problem of a candidate B is 2 by 5. And probability of solving the student C is 1 by 5. And probability of solving a candidate D is 1 by 4. These values are given. Individually they solved P of A, P of B, P of C, P of D. If all of them try to solve at a time, what is the probability? If all of them try to solve, what is the probability that the problem is solved? That means we can add all them, A union, B union, C union, D. This is we required to find out. If you know P of A, we can find out P of A complementary other than P of A. 1 minus P of A. Like that 1 minus P of B. 1 minus P of C, 1 minus P of D. So, we are going to get P of A complementary, P of B complementary, P of C complementary and P of D complementary. And we should find out if all of them try to solve, what is the probability of problem is solved. That means P of all we added. For this, we know the formula P of A union B equal to 1 minus P of A union B whole complementary. Yes or no? Because P of A is 1 minus P of A that formula used. This formula used. So instead of A, we have A union B union C union D. So 1 minus P of A union B union C union D complementary. Now we know that P of A union B whole complementary equal to individually we can write A complementary intersection B complementary. Instead of 2, we have 4. That's why we can write A complementary, intersection B complementary, intersection C complementary, intersection D complementary. And we know that P of A complementary, intersection B complementary is P of A complementary into P of B complementary, because A complementary and B complementary are independent events. If they are independent events, intersection will be converted into. That's why out of 2 we have 4 here. That's why we can write as P of A complementary into P of B complementary into P of C complementary into P of D complementary. All values we got it here. So if we simplify, we are going to get 19 by 25. Now coming to the second problem. A problem in statistics is given to 3 students, A, B, C. The chances of solving is 1 by 2, 3 by 4, 1 by 4. That means P of A 1 by 2, P of B 3 by 4, P of C 1 by 4. What is the probability that the problem is solved if all of them try to? The same problem like previous problem. We should find out P of A union B union C. So if you know P of A, we can find out P of A complementary, which is 1 minus P of A 1 minus 1 by 2. P of A complementary, we got it 1 by 2. And P of B complementary also we got it, because P of B is 3 by 4. P of B complementary is 1 minus P of B, 1 minus 3 by 4, which is 1 by 4. P of C complementary also 3 by 4. Now what is our question? If all of them try to solve, what is the probability of the problem is solved? P of A union B union C. In case if you assume this is A, P of A can be written as P of 1 minus P of A complementary. Instead of A, we have A union B union C. So 1 minus P of A union B whole complementary, P of A union B whole complementary equal to P of A complementary intersection B complementary. This is the formula, but instead of A union B, we have A union B union C. 3 values are there. That's why A complementary, intersection B complementary, intersection C complementary. So 1 minus P of A complementary into P of B complementary into P of C complementary. 1 minus 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 3 by 4. 3 values we got it here. So 29 by 32. Now coming to the third problem, P of A value is given small a, P of B also given, P of A intersection B which is small c. Then express the following, P of A complementary intersection B, first one. By using the formula P of A complementary intersection B is P of B minus P of A intersection B. See, for B we do not have complementary, that value will get it in the first term. So P of B is B minus P of A intersection B, where A intersection B is C. So first one answer is B minus C. Now coming to second problem. See, A do not have complementary, that's why we'll get in the right side first term P of A minus P of A intersection B, where P of A is A minus C. Now A complementary union B complementary, we can write as P of A intersection B whole complementary. See, P of A intersection B whole complementary equal to P of A complementary union B complementary. And this can be written as 1 minus P of A intersection B, because P of A complementary equal to 1 minus P of A. Instead of A, we have A intersection B. So 1 minus P of A intersection B, which is C. So 1 minus C. Now the last one, P of A complementary intersection B complementary, nothing but A union B whole complementary, 1 minus P of A union B, but this value we don't know. But we have a formula. P of A union B is P of A plus P of B minus P of A union intersection B. P of A we know that A, P of B we know that, P of A intersection B also we know that. So all values we know, that's why we can get P of A intersection A complementary intersection B complementary. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.